Right, so they come to form up now. A little bit of a gap there between Class A and B, as you can see. The German holding them up slightly in the background, but the lights are out and we're racing. Bob Neal's on the inside line, but it's going to be Leon Loubser round the outside into turn 1 for a potential hole shot. He's going to hang on for the front end and head into turn 1. He does so. And then side by side. Oh, this is close. There's already some pressure coming from Lyle Ramsey around the outside and trying to find a way through. Turn 1. Yeah, a little bit out of shape there, hey?
Oh, crazy. Putting the power down a little bit too early, trying to keep in that competition there with Lyle and Nick. Looks like Anton Pommersheim took that position back from Jaco Storm.
So a bit of a change up there. Oh, problems for you, Bob. Bob Neal in the Delman mining car going right to the back. And it seems like there might be a bit of an issue there on our second Class A car. And the Germans soaking it up for now. They run a little bit wide. They can't run too wide. Remember, there are cones in place there. And if you do hit those cones, there may be some kind of time penalty added onto your race time at the end of this one. But 2 turbo cars going at it. Usually, the German would be battling here because the naturally aspirated car would be no competition to the turbo. Hein van der Merwe fighting with one of the Arrow cars in the background there. Possibly...
No, that's Troy Cochrane over
Cochrane,
there.
yeah, I was going to say.
Varish Gampath right behind him. Looked like Renier has recovered from that little wild start. He's onto the back of Nick Muckris and he'll take the challenge to that Class B win position. It looks like he's going to be putting a lot of pressure on the back of that Class B.
Is that Pommersheim?
That is Jaco Storm over there. Looks like he's spun to the outside of that last corner.
Cochrane in third place at this point. He's got Hein van der Merwe and Benny Late behind that, and then Varish Gampath.
Oh, that was very, very well held. Nicholas Fisher, but he kept it together
as well.
Fantastic stepping stone, and really it's the most organic way to be able to get.
Problems for the German. Sorry to jump in. As he came out of turn 2, he slowed up.
Seems
so
like
some kind of an issue there for him. That's a bit of a pity there for the German.
Is that Lyle slowing down the main straight?
Lyle's got some issues too. Yes, he has.
Renier making the pass. So
Renier gets up into what is now turn 7-8. Anwar Levy being closed down there in the jive car. It's Fisher. Look at that, they're all lining up just in the background. And the gap has definitely come down there between the two of them. But there's certainly still a fight on, as Fisher's got to keep his eyes on the rearview mirror, attacking the jive car and defending from late behind him.
That looks like Gary Martin's in the Grease Monkey Motor Garage. That's a diesel race car, 3-litre tri-turbo, incredible machine, but it looks like something's happened to that.
I think Ramsey's actually got a bit of an alien car. It's certainly not flying like it was earlier on.
It does look like he's got a niggle or two there, so it certainly doesn't look like it's like it was at the beginning of the race. So I wondered what's going on there. If there's a power issue or a handling issue. It does look like he was struggling with some rear grip through some of the corners, or maybe that was just some aggressive racecraft trying to put some pressure onto the Class B lead.
And here comes the move. This is a big move coming on here as well. And Einkamera certainly wants a way past Macris, and Macris is going to watch him with very serious... Oh, there's a bit of a spin there. Is that Ramsey? It is. Ramsey spun out right in front of the 2 cars, about to close down on him. Renier Smith's going to have a huge margin now, but Ramsey spins out of the 45 right-hander onto the short straight. And he's got a bit of damage. It looks like there's a bit of damage there as well.
That's a very big incident. We've got a lot of smoke coming from Nick Muckris' car. We see William Einkamera out, and then Lyle Ramsey's car's also definitely got damaged. Looks like they all came into that very tight corner coming onto the mini straight, and some kind of collision happened there.
Wow, so that's 3 cars. Oh, and I think there might be a little bit of fluid there as well. Did you see just in the background there? I think it might have been Mansour Parker, who was a little bit sideways, and then following on was Pommersheim and Bagioni, 2 of them trying to avoid a little bit of a spill there. So these marshals at this point may have to put out the change of surface flag. Yeah. Oh, there's definitely something down there.
Definitely fluid over there, and I wonder if that actually caused the original collision, and it wasn't
possibly
actually an incident on its own.
Red flag has been called, so it's not back into formation. At line astern, and across the line they go. Loubser will just open up the gap now over Renier Smith in second place. There's not really an answer there from Smith's Class B competitive car. Mansour Parker into third place with Fisher and Benny Late just behind that to get up close and personal as they get through those first 2 corners, the Class B competitors. Bagioni just behind them, and then Fabio Fedetto. And it's all about that. There you can see. That is the remnants of the oil that was dropped and lubricants that were dropped down the short straight. Try something inside. Oh, big problems there for Late. Something has gone big time wrong there. Pulling onto the grass is not probably the best bet either. He's pulled to the sideline with a massive flame and fire coming out of the car. He runs away from the car rapidly. Fortunately, it's not in the middle of winter, because in the middle of winter that grass would have just set alight. but there's still a lot of loose and cut grass around the car. Looking to try and get some marshals to that car as quickly as possible and get the fire extinguishers to there we go, working. And a red flag. Red flag again for the second time now. Probably we can't even get an official result up there, unfortunately, because that's the second part of the race that started. And with that, we don't even have a result because they never even completed the first lap in anger. So we'll have to wait to get confirmation of those results, or you can just pick it up on Speed Hive or on Race Monitor later on if you want to see those official results.
I think this was the most difficult race I've ever done in my life. I think there were 7 cars in total in accidents, and I was hit just on the start line from behind, but luckily my car was okay. And then we sat, because of the rule that you must do a certain percentage of the laps before they can stop it. I'm sure we sat for about 3/4 of an hour in the sun in those cars. It's very hot, but I mean we're all alive and well, and that's the most important thing.
What an eventful race! Yeah, car was running like a dream. We really had a good start. Thanks to Freddie and his guys, the car was phenomenal. It was on rails. Not much to celebrate for this weekend though, and I'd like to dedicate the win to our friend that passed yesterday. Your family and you in our prayers. Thanks.
I had a lovely qualified pole, 3 seconds ahead of the second guy, Gary Martins or Nick Fisher. I thought I was going to have an easy race, but from lap 1, Gary Martin and Nick Fisher overtook me. So a nice battle, first, second and third. Something happened to Gary's car, so I took the lead again. It was a very tough race. I battled with Nick until the last lap. I'm looking forward to the second heat. Thanks.